guys, welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Review. Vogue. Okay. Hi. For fuck's sake. Okay. It's a good thing that I don't have any fans and I'm not like monetized, because I'd be demonetized because I curse. Forget like the first 15 seconds. Like, I heard that if you're monetized and you curse or you use like any kind of drug related reference or whatever in like the first 15 seconds of the video, it gets demonetized. But we don't have to worry about that here in Candice's crazy corner, because Candice will never be monetized. Hi, my name is Candice. And I'm a psychoholic. I'm your host. Thank you for joining me for another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews, which is actually what the show is called, or this web, whatever, YouTube thing. In today's video, we're diving back in to Gena Showalter's Lords of the Underworld series. We are going to be reviewing. I don't know why I'm like so manic in some parts and then like so staid in other parts. Okay. We're going to be reviewing book 4 in the Lords of the Underworld series. It is called The Darkest Whisper. Right? It has allegedly 416 pages. Let's see. Are you lying? 406 pages. Okay. You can currently get this book for your Kindle or Nook for the price of $6.99. You can get the mass market paperback for $7.99. $1 more? $1 more. Come on. You can get this book in hardcover from Amazon for $29.99. You might be able to find it cheaper on eBay, but it might be used. Like in terms of hardcover, it might still be used. You can get this paperback used on eBay for around $4.50 with free shipping in varying conditions. So read the conditions, people, because if you get something, if you see like, okay, if you're like me and you see like a good deal and you're just like, oh shit, $4.50 and free shipping, yeah, please give it to me, and then you don't read the deets and it's only in fair condition and you end up with a tattered, poorly taken care of mess, like you're gonna be mad. So make sure you read that description, okay? I will read you guys the blurb and then we can break it down a little bit, and hopefully I remember enough, because my brain is trash, to give you a semi-coherent synopsis of this book. Okay? The blurb for this one says, bound by the demon of doubt, Sabin, okay, it's another thing. I know y'all are gonna come for me because when I read the book, I pronounced it Sabine in my brain. I can't be the only one that did that, but I don't think that's in the audio version, which I've also listened to. The narrator says his name is Sabin. I'm fine with that. That's cool. The more I think about it, the more sense that makes, because I would think Sabine would have like an E on the end. But at the time, my brain was like, Sabine. See aforementioned comment about trash. So we'll just say Sabin, okay? For argument's sake, because I don't want anybody coming for me. Bound by the demon of doubt, Sabin unintentionally destroys even the most confident of lovers. So the immortal warrior spends his time on the battlefield instead of the bedroom, victory his only concern, until he meets Gwendolyn the timid. One taste of the beautiful redhead and he craves more. Gwen, an immortal herself, always thought she'd fall for a kind human who wouldn't rouse her darker side. But when Sabin frees her from prison, battling their enemies for the claim to Pandora's box turns out to be nothing compared to the battle Sabin and Gwen will wage against love. Yeah. Okay. The two main characters for this book are Sabin and Gwen. Sabin is one of the Lords of the Underworld. If you are familiar with this series at all, brief history, very brief because I don't want a 45-minute video. The Lords of the Underworld are a band of immortal warriors. They were created by Zeus as his personal guard in Olympus, like in the heavens. And they did a big no-no, and they opened Pandora's box, and they freed the demons. In punishment, they were each made to house a demon inside of them, and then they were banished to Earth. They're still immortal, but they can't go back to the heavens, right? Sabin is the keeper of doubt. So there's a demon inside of him that is constantly whispering to him that he's not good enough, that he can't do anything right, and that he'll fuck up everything, right? So he has, over the centuries, learned to control his demon to some extent, but it's still, he now uses him as like a weapon. So when they battled the Hunters, which is like the group of slayers bent on killing all the lords because they think that they're the reason for every bad thing that's ever happened in the world. When they battle the Hunters, Sabin lets the demon infiltrate the minds of the Hunters and basically cast doubt on stuff and turn the tide of things. Like, he can technically make them go so far as like letting doubt allow them to get to the depression point of killing themselves. Like, that's serious, okay? When all of this happened and they were cursed with the demons and they were banished to Earth, they went from one group of warriors, split off into two groups. Each one was led by whoever took charge of that particular group. There was one group that only wanted peace, and they had learned their lesson. They wanted to be left alone. They didn't want to be bothered. They moved to Budapest, into like this fortress, and they were led by Lucian, who, if you go back a few books, The Darkest Kiss, that's his book. The other group was led by Sabin, and that was the more bloodthirsty group of the two, who wanted to war with the Hunters and wanted to get back at them for killing Sabin's best friend, Baden, who, which is another thing in the audio version, they pronounce his name Baden, and I hate that. I just can't. I'm sorry. But yeah, so the Hunters killed Baden. They decapitated him, which is like the only way to kill a demon-possessed warrior, is like beheading. They can't survive that. But when they're killed, their demon will be unleashed on the world, and it will just like wreak havoc. So now the Hunters have learned not to kill them, but to try and instead maim, wound, capture, experiment, etc., right? So Baden's team went the other direction and went after the Hunters, while Lucian's team went basically into like hiding, went into Budapest and just leave me alone. I just want to be alone. Now the groups have reconvened. They're all living in Buda. And they're still battling the Hunters, but now they're battling for higher stakes. So there are allegedly 4 artifacts that will lead to the location of Pandora's box. Both the Lords and the Hunters want the box. The Hunters want the box so that they can suck the demons out of the Lords, subsequently killing the Lords, and rehouse the demons and make it all right with the world, right? The Lords want to get the box to prevent that from happening. They want to destroy the box. They've learned, for the most part, to live with their demons, and they don't want to die. So they need the box, right? So Gwen is a harpy. Harpies are like warrioress women with like tiny little wings on their back. They're all very fierce, very bloodthirsty, very, right? Gwen is not. Gwen, she's called Gwendolyn the Timid because she's very timid. She has spent her entire life fighting her harpy side, to the point that she's repressed it so much that it's kind of split off into its own personality, that just randomly takes over and she has no control. So she went out into the mortal world and she was shunned by her mother, and she basically went off with a mortal guy trying to have a normal life. I don't want to have anything to do with like my Harvey side. I just want to be chill, right? That didn't work out so well for her. She went out one day and was kidnapped by hunters. They recognized her for what she was, and they took her, along with several other women that they've been using. They've been like keeping them locked up in like a tomb. I think it's like in a pyramid in Egypt. There's like a tomb that the hunters have been using to store these women, and they've been using them as like baby incubators, raping and impregnating them, and creating a new generation of hunter that they can raise from the ground up, right, to kill the lords. Okay, so the lords are looking for the artifacts. They've gotten a tip that one of the artifacts is in Egypt. They find the tomb where the women are being held. They kill the majority of the hunters that are there. There's one hunter left that they're torturing for information, or there's a few hunters left that they're torturing for information. Sabin sees this woman in one of the cells. Beautiful redhead. And he's like, damn girl, hey, what's up? You poor thing. But, hey. He essentially frees her, and then her harpy just goes crazy and kills like the lead hunter in like a disgusting display of like violence. Like she like rips all his shit out, right? Eviscerate is a good word. Sabin's like, damn girl, like you bloodthirsty and you're attractive, like you're right up my alley, right? Like Sabin is the only one that seems to be able to calm her harpy. Sabin finds out that she's a harpy, obviously, after that sickening display. And he's like, I'm going to use you as a weapon against the hunters. You are a terror, but in like such a good and sexy way, that I'm going to unleash you. You're going to help me in my war against them. She doesn't want to fight. She's like, I can't fight. I can't give over to the harpy. She'll literally rule my life. He's like, I'm not going to really give you a choice. I'm kind of going to kidnap you too. Like, I'm saving you from the hunters and from this prison you've been in for a year, but I'm not going to let you go. So I'm just kind of going to trade one prison for another. But my prison is much nicer. It's my bedroom in Budapest. So he puts her on a plane, trying to convince her to help him in his war efforts. She's like, I'll help you, but like, I'll be your like assistant. I'll help you do research to find the artifacts. I'll help you. I'll do anything you want me to do to help your cause, except actually fight, because I don't want to. I can't. He's like, okay, let's just get you back to Budapest. We'll figure this out. I'm low-key gonna try and convince you to fight for me, but we'll discuss that later, right? She goes with them. Over the course of the book, they start, having like a little relationship. They get closer to each other, right? He decides to give her doses of tough love, where he says, basically, I'm going to teach you to protect yourself and control your harpy. You have to learn how to fight so that this will never happen to you again. He does that. He teaches her how to defend herself, how to reign, like let her harpy, when to let her harpy take control, how to, you know what I mean? Gwen has several sisters. They also eventually get their own books. Like they get paired up with lords too. Wink, wink. Kaya, Bianca, and Talia. If you have read Gena's newest book that just came out beginning of April, like a couple weeks ago maybe, called The Warlord. The main female heroine, like the heroine of that book, is Talia, which is one of Gwen's sisters. I can't remember if they're all half sisters or if they're, I forget. I think they're all half sisters. They all have the same mother, but they have different fathers. So Gwen doesn't know who her father is. She's only ever seen like a painting of him and was told by her mother that he was an angel. So that's why her mother has treated her like crap her whole life. And that's why Gwen has fought her harpy side so hard, is because she believes that the two warring halves of her, the bloodthirsty harpy and the divine angel, are like battling it out inside her. And that's why she needs to repress the harpy, right? So over the course of the book, they're looking for the artifacts. They're fighting the hunters. Gwen eventually comes into her own. Her sister Sabin finds out that she has three bloodthirsty sisters, and he calls them up. They basically claim they're going to annihilate him because he's kidnapped their little sister whom they've sheltered their whole life because she's been so weak and timid, right? They come to Budapest, and they're there while he's training her on how to fight. Eventually, he's just like, y'all need to back off. I'm giving her tough love. I'm teaching her how to defend herself. You've done nothing but coddle her whole life, which has not done her any favors. And she needs to be able to, right? He has like the side motive of also wanting her to fight for him. So he thinks that if he trains her up, that she'll be able to do that. Over the course of the book, they fall in love with each other, obviously. So Danica, who is, there's a girl living in the fortress at Budapest with one of the lords, Reyes, his woman. See previous book, The Darkest Pleasure? The Darkest Pleasure. I don't think that was the one right before this. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But that's Reyes and Danica's book. Danica is actually in herself one of the 4 artifacts. She is the all-seeing eye, which she's basically like an oracle. She has dreams, or nightmares, if you will, about heaven and hell. She gets premonitions in her dreams of like things that could come to pass. And then she's also an artist, so she wakes up the next morning, and the way she purges her system is by painting what she saw in her dream. So while Gwen is staying at the fortress, Danica has a dream, and she paints it. And in this painting, Gwen sees an image of her father. Her father is the winged angel in the painting, but he's not really an angel. Spoiler alert. Gwen's father turns out to be the leader of the hunters, Galen. He is also a lord of the Underworld. He is also possessed by the demon of hope. So they find out that Galen is her father. Sabin is like, what the F? She doesn't know. So Sabin at first doesn't know if now he can fully trust Gwen when the time comes and they go into like the big battle with the hunters, which they do end up doing. If Galen's there, will she help Sabin take him down, or will she let him go? Because that's her daddy, right? Not like daddy, but like her daddy. She also is like low-key doesn't know if she can trust Sabin because she feels like he's using her a little bit to kill, like to get rid of all these hunters and kill whatever, right? So eventually push comes to shove. Sabin realizes that he is in love with Gwen. And he decides to just basically like trust her. He chooses his love for her over his hatred for Galen. So when they go into this final big brawl with the hunters, Galen is there and Sabin is there and Gwen is there. And they reveal to Galen that this is your daughter. Like she reveals to him that like, I'm your daughter. At first he's like, no, you're not my daughter. And then he realizes like, oh shit. Yeah, I think I did pork a harpy in a cave 20 something years ago. And yeah, you're okay. Yeah, you might be my kid. Prior to the moment she thinks that she's going to be able to off him, in the moment she realizes that she can't do it. Sabin ends up giving her the choice to either let Galen go or help take him down. The lords are in the background and they're like, what the fuck is going on? Why are y'all not taking him out? Kill him. He is the worst. He's literally the worst. And Sabin's like, no, that's Gwen's dad. It has to be her decision. And she can't do it. She ends up letting him go. He doesn't feel some kind of way about it. Like she expected that he would resent her for letting Galen go, but he doesn't. And that's basically how he proves his love for her. And then after that, they're like happily ever after. But Galen's still on the loose. So, right? I can't remember which book is next. I can't remember which book is next. Is it Amun? No. Who is it? Crap. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that's like kind of the most of the premise of the book. Like was that coherent at all? Was that okay? I don't know. I don't know anymore. For the rating for the book, I gave it a solid 9 out of 10. I really like this book. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember which book it is. I want to say it's Kaya's book. Kaya ends up with Strider. Their book was one of my favorites, and I think it's coming up soon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some others that stood out. Like, obviously, William's book is really good. Eventually, he does get his own book too, which if you're reading the series or you've read up to this point, you know William. He's made an appearance. But yeah, I give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the book. I love this series. Oh, God, I love every book in the series. I love everything Gena writes. There are very few authors that I will pick up if I see their book in a bookstore or at Walmart or wherever. They have a new book that comes out. I don't even read the synopsis. I just buy the book. I don't need to know what it's about. I'll find out what it's about because I'm going to read it. But I'll pay money for it. I want the book because I know that it's going to be bomb. Gena is one of those authors. Cressley Cole is another one of those authors. Nora Roberts is another one of those authors. For like a really long time, Joanna Lindsey was one of those authors. And I haven't read a Joanna Lindsey novel in a hot minute because that was during my Regency phase. And like I go through periods of time where I only want to read like one kind of novel, like Regency only, paranormal only, contemporary only. But yeah, like Hetty Ivers, Sienna Blake, like I'll just buy. I don't care. You coming out with a new book? Buy it. I don't care. I don't care what it's about. I'll figure it out. Bye. It's not good for my wallet. I'm not going to tell my husband. But I'm going to buy the book. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. Take my money. Give it to me. But yeah. So obviously, I stand behind this book. I stand behind this series. It is awesome. All of Gena's books are awesome. Yeah. I can't really think of anything else. If you like me and you like my channel, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when I upload a new video. I upload new videos every Thursday, at least. Sometimes I upload a second video a week if I'm not being too shit. So, you can also follow me on social media to keep up with sneak peeks and giveaways and bloopers and outtakes and such. You can follow me on social media. I do have a members only Facebook group and Instagram and an Instagram. An Instagram and a Twitter account devoted to this channel. You can follow me. I will leave them in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner on the screen for you guys to see. If you'd like, you can follow me. I'm pretty chill. I don't post a lot, but I post every week. I post every week. My Instagram especially. I post a lot on Instagram. Facebook, my Facebook group, I don't post much. Like sometimes I welcome new members. I obviously post like sneak peeks to videos and video alerts. And I post giveaways everywhere. I post Twitter. Twitter I use the least. I can't. Character limit. The way that pictures and links are done. I don't know. I just can't. Maybe I'm just too old. I'm not in touch with the youth of today. And I just... Okay. So yeah. Anyway. I had a massive announcement. And I was about to forget to do this because I'm such a loser. I recently hit the milestone of 300 subscribers on YouTube. I know that doesn't seem like a lot. But when you start out with like 10, maybe 15 friends and family whom you've told you've started a YouTube channel and they feel like bound to like legally, not legally bound, but like not really honor bound either, but they feel obligated to subscribe, to support you, right? Is it sad that I only have 10 or 15 people that want to support? I'm not gonna talk about that because, but when you have just that many, and then you work really hard for like a year plus of doing at least 1 to 2 videos a week, every week, for over a year. And you see that number slowly climb from 10 subscribers to 300 subscribers. And like, I'm not famous. I know that. Nobody knows who I am. But I do have a handful of people that I know watch every video. And I have a handful of people who comment regularly. And I have a handful of people who like or heart or whatever every video alert that I put up and the occasional blooper thing that I put up and whatever. I have that. And most of them are not people that I know in real life. They're not family. They're not even like close friends that I know, like I know. And that literally blows my mind. I'm like, I'm verklempt. Is that a word? Is that the word? Is that how you say that? I don't want to offend nobody. But it's so awesome. Like, you think to yourself when you do something like this, when you take on like an endeavor, like starting your YouTube channel, you think, how fucking awesome would it be if like people just mass shared my stuff and I just blew up overnight and just became like trending. And like, you think about these things, like, if you do, you're vain enough to admit that you do. And I have like I've thought about it. How awesome would it be if people shared my stuff and I got like 1,000 subscribers. I got 50,000. Like, you think about these things. I'm nowhere near. I'm nowhere near that. But 300 subscribers is astronomical to me. I can't get over it. Long story short, as my mom fucking says, to celebrate this milestone of 300 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a big old giveaway. Okay. I'm going to be giving away some books that I have lying around. And I know that sounds like sad, right? Just some shit I have lying around. I'm going to give you guys some shit I have lying around. I'm going to be giving away some books. These are new books. Brand new. I bought them. I paid money for them. They're not used. They're not from my bookshelf. They're brand new. I'm going to be giving away this hardcover of Nora Roberts' The Awakening, which is the Dragonheart Legacy Book 1. So this is the first book in a new series, or new-ish. It's like a new publication, recent, right? This is book 1, and it is hardcover. So if you like Nora Roberts and you're interested in that, that's going to be in there. Sorry for the shakeage, pal. Another book, obviously, again, another Nora Roberts book because I'm obsessed. This is The Rise of Magics, and this is Chronicles of the One, book 3. This is like trade paperback. It's like a large paperback, but it's a big one. And it's visually stunning. Like, it just gorgeous. That will be in there, as well as the small paperback for this book, which is Christine Feehan's Dark Guardian, a Carpathian novel. This is fairly new as well, like fairly recent. I've not read this series, but I've seen a lot of people post about it, and I know it's very popular. And if you're into it, you're into it. I mean, if you're not, you could always go pick up the first ones and work your way through the series. I don't know. I will, in addition to, I will be giving away this cute little package. Let's grab it. This cute little package of magnetic bookmarks in lovely an assortment of floral designs. There are 5 bookmarks, and essentially they are little magnetic strips that you place in between the pages, and whoop, they seal on each other, right? And that's your bookmark. So there's 5 of them in this little pack. I will also be giving away, let's see if I can put this back in here without Freckles freaking out. I will also be including a $25 Amazon gift card to spend on more books because we're here. If you would like to enter, I will be making a post on my social media accounts. Make sure you follow me on social media. And yeah, if you'd like to enter, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to make it so you guys can qualify to win this giveaway. It might just be something where I just want you to share me on your social media platforms, or something like that. If you're already subscribed, if you're not subscribed, you can definitely subscribe. Maybe I'll make it so that each little thing you do will gain you an entry, and the more entries you have, the more chance you have to win, right? And yeah, so I'm gonna do that giveaway. Look out for that post on social media. It will go up around the time this video goes up. Okay? I appreciate you guys so much. Like, I literally can't even express. I appreciate every subscriber that I have. I appreciate every comment that I get that's not bitchy. I appreciate everybody that joins my social media accounts, everybody that follows me, everybody that shares my stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys. And yeah, 40 minutes later. 40 minutes later. That's pretty much all I have for this video, I think. I think I've rambled long enough, don't you? I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Go pick up Gena's Lords of the Underworld series. You won't be disappointed. You're gonna love them, I know. And yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video, okay? Bye. Stay tuned for the blooper reel because I'm ridiculous. Bye. I literally just used this thing and it tried to tell me it wasn't connected. Lies. Okay. Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm missing more than just your body. How does a book that has no wear and tear on the spine, like it looks like it's never been opened, and yet I've somehow managed to fuck up like the corner? Y'all, come on. Come on now. Okay. Video number 2. Video number 2. Actually, I think this one might upload first. I don't, maybe? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Battling their enemies for the claim to Pandora's box turns out to be nothing compared to the battle Sabin and Gwen will are a series, I don't know why I said series. I recently hit 300 subscribers. I'm gonna kill this fucking rabbit. I'm gonna. I've talked so much today. Not, I mean, like I talk a lot every day, but like video-wise, I've like multiple 40-minute videos, 45-minute videos. Also, I don't know why it's auto-focusing, like the lighting in here. I think because it's dark outside, and so all I have is like the ambient room lighting, and it's fucking with my tones. I don't know why it's doing that. If you notice that, ignore it. Because I can't fix it. And there's nothing I can do. Don't be mad. This has been a crazy week. A lot of personal stuff going on. Like it's crazy that I hit my 300 mark milestone, and then a lot of like stuff has gone on in my private life that has made it so that I can't focus on that. Like I can't be happy about that because I have to focus over here, and obviously that takes precedent. So I spieled before about I hear Charlotte. She's talking to Richard about something. I spieled about how much I appreciate everybody and that milestone that I've made. So I won't do that in a blooper reel because bloopers are supposed to be funny, right? And I don't know where the fuck I was going with this. What? I can't. I'm such an idiot. I'm also extremely. I am very extremely. I'm also very God, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you? Okay. I'm also very close to hitting another milestone, which is my 100th video upload. That will be coming up in the next couple weeks. And when that does come up, I will be doing another massive giveaway. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, if you are not following me on social media, you should do that because that's where I'm going to post about it. And who doesn't want to win more free books and bookmarks and money and gift cards? Not money like cash, but like gift cards, right? Maybe I'll do like a mug or a t-shirt or something cool with like a cute little ridiculous saying on it. This shirt, by the way, says, what the fuck does this thing say? Blessin' hearts and taken names. For those of you that don't know, I live in South Carolina and we be blessing hearts, you know what I'm saying? Bless your heart, girl. But I also take names because I'm a badass bitch. No, I'm not. I'm literally pathetic. But yeah, so it was a cute shirt. Maybe I'll do part of the giveaway will be like a cute shirt, like with some kind of bookish saying on it. Like I saw that one a while back that was like, when I think about books, I touch my shelf. I really thought that was really cute, so I might do something like that. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you want something like that in a giveaway, that'd be awesome. Let me know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go because it's been 45 minutes and I'm sure you guys are fucking sick of me. So I love you guys so much. So satisfying. And I'll see you guys next time. Dead. The remote battery is dead. Oh, fuck's sake.